Okay, it's recording. Hot damn. Hi, everybody. Ni hao, would Stephanie. I don't know where to look because I'm using Zoom cloud recording, which I've been using for my recording my podcast with folks who are outside of China or outside of Shanghai. But I haven't actually done it to just record a video. So where am I looking? Well, truth be told, this is going to be a read with me video. So I'm going to be staring at the screen awkwardly during most of this anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So let me show you what we're gonna do. So I couldn't get motivated to read on my own today, so I'm going to read with you. What are these buttons for? Oh, cool. What's that one? No, come back. Okay, there I am. So I'm gonna reside over in this corner, and it's funny, I have this graffiti thing in the background here from Chiang Mai from years and years ago, and I thought it was really funny that memorize is up there in the right, written as part of the wall art that I'm not going to show you because there's all kinds of folders that I don't want to share. What I'm going to read from today is, I think over here in the video, we'll see if that works out to be true, is the HSK3 standard course book. It's the one I've been using, well, it's the series of books I've been using all year to study for the HSK tests, and more so for just generally getting a ton of vocabulary into my head this year. I have registered for the HSK3 test. I am crazy. I will not be ready, but having those deadlines has propelled me forward, even if it isn't necessarily as forward as I'd like to be, because there's always more to do. So anyway, so I'm going to be working on chapter 9 today. There's 20 chapters in the book, and yeah, this is only the second time that I've touched chapter 9, so I imagine I will fumble over a lot of the newer words, and I am not focused heavily on speaking as of yet, although I see that coming in the next, more so in the next couple of months for reasons that I shared in a previous video. I've got some new motivation, let's just say IRL, and so there's that. Okay, so maybe that's better. Okay, it's kind of weird to have your chin cut off when you're in a speaking, like reading video. Anyway, so that is my disclaimer in that my tones are going to be awful. So this video serves two purposes. One, to show my future self where I was at this point in time, and two, to show people that you don't have to be perfect the whole way through your learning process. You can learn at various points in the process, and you don't have to focus on perfection from the beginning. Different people do things different ways. If you are someone who's comfortable with focusing on getting it absolutely right before you progress, by all means, I don't want to veer those people from what works for them. But if you're someone who gets really, really caught up in the perfection part and doesn't progress and then loses motivation, then I'm hoping this is slight inspiration. I'm sacrificing my dignity to show you how awful I sound now, so that hopefully in the future I can use this as an example of a stage in the process where sounding clunky in the relatively beginning part, yes, a year and a half in, can be still the beginning of this very, very long marathon-like process of learning to read, write, and apparently everything in simplified Mandarin Chinese. Here we go. So, whoops. Oh, interesting. Okay. You're going to do that, are you? There we go. Can you guys see this? I hope so. Well, you're not live with me, so I'm not quite sure why I'm asking. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got, oh, fuzzies. Okay. Where did I put the listening? So I'm actually going to close out a lot of these because we don't need these. And then I'm going to look for the file real quick because I have the audio file on here too. I want everything to be visible to you guys. There's the audio. And what I've been doing is I've been slowing it down. So I want to see the last time I did it. Actually, I can't slow it down in Audacity. I need VLC to do that. I'm sure you can in Audacity. I'm just not sure how to do that, to be honest with you. So open with VLC. So I'm going to see the last speed I did it with, and I'm going to do it higher than that. So normally I look at the transcripts in print form, and I write all over it because I think better that way. So last time was 0.7, and I'm tending to go up in 0.10 increments. So I usually do all of this on my phone, so I'm a little bit clunky on how to do that here. Is it that one? Wow, video effects, audio effects. Oh, I don't know. Okay. I would pause, but okay, I bet you there's a menu, right? Okay, I'm gonna find pause. Pause.
语说的跟中国人一样好。
Lesson 9. She speaks Chinese.
Okay, I hope that stopped the video. I don't know. So yeah, so VLC is tricky on the computer because if you go to speed, you can go faster and slower, but I can't, it doesn't look like it's super easy to hit point something. So I just put it a little bit slower. We'll see what that turns out to be. All right, how many things can I have on the screen at one time? Many is the answer. Well, I need to have the transcript and that up at the same time, and I think I just ruined that moment. Trust me, I did do setup before this. Oh!
他的汉语说的跟中国人一样好。
Okay.
Lesson 9. She speaks Chinese like a native.
They will never say this about me.
一、听力。
1. Listening.
第一部分。
Part 1.
第1到5。
Okay, it's easy enough to pause. So like I said, I have the transcripts over. I hope this comes out this way. The transcripts are the complete left side. And actually, I don't need to show you that. Okay. There is a slight flaw with the Zoom. It brings up the menu, so anything you have at the top, you can't minimize easily. So I'm just going to leave that there then. All right, so I've got the transcripts, and you can download these online from the publisher's website that they have printed on the back of the course book and the workbook. And I drag them over into Google Docs, and I usually print them out, and that's what you saw earlier. And then I've got the audio above, and I'm just going to show you how I do this. And I'm going to walk through, as long as my voice holds out, the entire 20 task thing. Now this actually goes with a visual, like there's pictures and there's words and all that kind of stuff, but for the first 2 or 3 times that I actually touch the transcripts, I don't actually look at the exercises that go with it. I just really focus on the words, the vocabulary, the sounds, the rhythm, and the grammar. Now, what's the grammar in this chapter? There's 2 grammar points in this chapter. One is yue something, yue something. The more something, the more something. And the second one is something gen something iyang. So it compares 2 things. So it looks like a lot of it's comparison. So we're looking for those 2 things. I'm not spending, since it's only the second time, I'm not spending a ton of time on the grammar. That seems to come into play more once I can understand the words themselves. This time we're going to be mostly still focusing on reading, not so much reading comprehension. And I always knew these were 2 different things, but it's become super duper clear to me, even more so now after learning to read in Chinese, in Mandarin Chinese, that these are really different creatures. So without further ado, We're going to walk through the whole thing. Usually, I don't practice the example one that you can see on the left above number 1. I usually just listen to that as I'm setting up, so I don't put a lot of pressure on that. So I'll just play that for you right now.
听对话，选择与对话内容一致的图片。
Questions 1 to 5. Choose the right picture for each dialogue you hear.
We're not going to do
例
that.
如，
Example.
喂，请问张经理在吗？
他正在开会，您半个小时以后再答，好吗？ 1.
Oh,
大明
okay. No, we don't want that to do that yet. So let's go back just a hair. That's not back, that's forward. Yeah, this is so much easier to use on a phone. Anyway, okay, so then what I do is I do one of two things. I either switch back and forth between, for like number 1, I'll probably read it first, then listen and check. And then number 2, I'll just listen and follow along. And I'll probably rotate between the two. If I have a lot of time that day, or if I'm really feeling like I want to challenge myself, I'll read it just in the transcripts first, and then I'll listen and check for every single one. However, I'm finding that it's the same words again and again that I don't know, and I underline them on the transcript, the paper transcripts. So I should actually keep those close to me. And generally what I'm looking at more is I'm looking at the words that I didn't understand last time. So let me look at number 1 first. What did I underline? I underline in the second one, the one that says non, I underlined the after the question mark, not the first, not BA, but the one after that. It's the 2 characters. That is one word. I think it's either Itza or Zhongshi. So I'm not sure. That's that, and then a few just before the comma. Keep going in that sentence just before the comma. I know that's sh, but I don't remember the meaning of that one, so that's why I underlined that one. All right, so that's it for number 1. So let me just read it. So the woman knew. This is gonna sound awful. Tough shit. Okay, keep going, keep going. Think of future self. Think of how much better this will be in the future. Think of that. I'm talking to myself. Self-talk is very important when you're as clunky at a new skill as I am right now. So again, number 1, I'm just going to do the first line. Daming, I think that's a word, right? Or a name, because there's a lot of names in these. I'm just going to read it. I'm going to stop doing my disclaimers. I'm just going to read it. Daming, ni kan woda hun. I think I need this a little bit bigger. Did that even make it bigger? Oh, it did. Oh, that's nice. Oh, okay. Sorry. I like it bigger. The transcript. Wow. Okay. Daming. Ni kan woda hun. That's not hun, is it? Gun? Gunching. Shu. Oh, shubu shu. Hun. Oh, that's hun. It is. They're not. Oh, I'm confusing those two. That's interesting. So Hanru. No, that's not bro. That's Zhonggo. That's panda. Zhonggao Yiyang Le. Second line. 什么？周天有美水好。别 Sorry, my pausing is mostly for the trying to figure out the rhythm. I need to get rid of that. There's that one I don't know. I think, is that Itza? Itza Gong Shu. Oh, Gongzhu the Shi. How Shu. I don't remember that last one. That means I need to underline it. And on the old sheet, if I now know what something is, I erase the underline. And if there's new ones that I don't have underlined from before, I will draw a line under them. Okay, so let's listen and see how badly I did.
了。
怎么，昨天又没睡好？别总想工作的事，好好休息。
It says it 2 times, so we're just going to listen the second time.
大明，你看我的眼睛是不是跟熊猫一样了？
怎么，昨天又没睡好？别总想工作的事，好好休息。
Okay, apparently the slowing down is not working. That's slightly disconcerting. Okay, playback. Speed. Slower, please. Please. All right. Yeah, so this one here is not Itza, or it's that Zhongshu, I think. So let's move on to number 2. Let's just keep going. The most important thing is to keep going. Since it takes a few, like 3 or 4 times of reading the same thing to really get it, there's no point in spending, for me, this is how I tend to learn this, is there's no point in spending too much time on any one thing. It's about frequent exposure. So number 2, what did I not know last time? This here. And again, this one here. I forgot, you can see the highlights, I think. Okay, again, I don't look up words. I do flashcards separately, and I wait for the flashcard practice to show up in me erasing the ones that I didn't know last time. And it happens. It's been happening for the past few, so I just let that happen. Okay, I'm going to stop explaining. I need to just read. I need to do this. All right, number 2. I always confuse Fang and Bien. Fang Laoshe. Another name. See? Oh my God. Okay. 就是I better know that one. 张yu毕业生的当医师您帮的学生吗？是 I love that. 是 Sorry. 这个少男 I want to say hi. Hi Zhao Tian. 他等一次 something 就算了等Let's listen.
2，
方老师，这次中文比赛的第1是您班的学生吗？
是，这个小男孩叫天天，他第1次参赛就拿了第1。
参赛。
2，
方老师，这次中文比赛的第1是您班的学生吗？
是，这个小男孩叫天天，他第1次参赛就拿了第1。
Yeah, so there are about 2 words I didn't know there. That feels pretty good. Next one, woman 1 and woman 2. Oh, I don't know why that's funny. Okay, so 之上什么一位高啊 yeah, okay. 还有多晚我对自己比 something. I do not remember that one. Something something. 再怕一个小的就到了。Oops, yeah, we're going over onto this side. I need to move this over. Okay. 是 something. Oh gosh, there's so many that look like that. Where I'm trying to figure out how to say it with this next to it. Where ba. Okay, that one was hard. Okay, here we go.
3这山怎么越爬越高啊？还有多远？
远。
我对这儿比较了解，再爬1个小时就到了。先休息会儿吧。
花儿吧。
3这山怎么越爬越高啊？还有多远？我对这儿比较了解，再爬1个小时就到了。先休息会儿吧。
Okay, there were a couple in there, but I'm feeling pretty good about that one. I almost got intonation a few times, almost. But again, Okay, number 4. Nisho de Hanhao. No, Jenhao. Hanhao. No, Jenhao. I never confuse those two. I'm a little nervous doing this in recording form. Okay. Nisho de Jenhao. Ji something Han Jungle Ren. I just realized that sometimes if you say it really fast, it sounds like jungle. That's crazy. Okay, Jungle Ren Iyang. Next line. Nali. Daja Shoda. Is that Shoda? That doesn't seem. Is that Jida? Like remember? Do Hanhao. Let's find out.
4
你说的真好，几乎跟中国人一样。
哪里，大家说的都很好。
It is true.
4
你说的真好，几乎跟中国人一样。
哪里，大家说的都很好。
都很好. I like repeating it after them. It's easier than doing it before. Let's keep going. Are we still just 2? Yeah, we're just 2. Fong, probably another name. No, it is another name. I'm guessing it's Fong, not Bian, because that's not really a name, is it? But Fong is, yeah. Okay, Fong, what are we saying to you? 这是你们把的 Oh, this is camera or something. Pian Swobian ma. Dui ba, just ba, not baba. Okay, dui ba. Woolly ge ni 这是一傻。中间这个是我们班主老师，男孩子叫珊珊，他上过手是 something 到。What the hell was that?
5芳芳，这是你们班的照片吗？
对，爸，我来给你介绍一下。中间这个是我们班周老师，周老师旁边这个男孩叫珊珊，他上课总是迟到。
5芳芳， 这是你们班的照片吗？
对，爸，我来给你介绍一下。中间这个是我们班周老师，周老师旁边这个男孩叫珊珊，他上课总是迟到。
是迟吧da. That's not ba. What? Did she say ba? That's weird. Okay, I think 5 is enough to get a feel for my future self on where I was at the time. It does get harder as you go up. Here, let me stop this share. Here, let me show you the last one so you can see how much harder it gets. That's only number 15. There are 20. So it does get harder and longer as you go up, but I go up in number and in exercise. And the exercises from each, there's 4 different parts. They change a little bit. They start out with pictures, and then the pictures go away. Then it's more of inferences, and you really have to think not just of the words, but of what's happening within the conversations. Generally, it's conversations. So that's example 20 right there. You don't need the answers, just the... So all of this here, of course, starting with the number 20. So you can see it gets longer, it gets a little bit harder. There's a lot more of the newer vocabulary in there. Even just in the first sentence, there's one new word. But still, you can see it definitely gets harder. And they have more of the grammar points in there. They have that first grammar point of No. In the third line, after the comma, a few characters after, it's yue. Why don't I highlight it since we've got it visually? Yue, he, yue. So that's part of the new grammar point that we're talking about. The more hotter and hotter, I think, is what they're saying, right? And then they're using it in partial form here and partial form here. So they really do play with you as far as it. They say this is the grammar point, and then they throw it in a few different ways. So you have to really think about what it means, which is good. It's good to exercise it now as opposed to be confused in usage and in the test later. All right, I'm going to stop the share and come back at you. Full form. So, future self, what do you think? How'd I do? And where are you now? Okay, I'm done talking to future self. You guys, this is freaking hard. I'm not going to lie to you. That even just doing those 5 while knowing that some of you might watch it and go, oh my God, she sucks, is a little bit weird, especially to do it alone in my apartment, talking to someone that I may never know have seen this is strange. I don't usually talk about that side of this very much, but the more I have conversations for my podcast as opposed to just talking to a camera for the YouTube channel, the more I realize this is strange. But I think it is useful, and if I'm wrong, then at least I'm studying while I'm doing this. So at least it's useful for me in that regard. All right, well, I don't know what else to say other than I have to do another 15 of these before I finish my flashcards and do some other stuff tonight that has nothing to do with this. So I hope this has been, I don't know, entertaining? Interesting, excruciating. If you would like to turn this into a ginger shot game, because I'm a little too old and stodgy to do drinking games with shots of alcohol, if you want to turn it into a ginger shot game, I'd say every time I break the natural intonation, take a ginger shot. There you go. I don't know if people do these kinds of games with language learning videos, but maybe we should try. I don't know. Or every time I mispronounce a tone, but man, you better have a lot of ginger on hand. Look, I live in Asia. I live in China. Of course I'm going to think of ginger. No, ginger shots are not generally a thing, but ginger's super prevalent, and ginger shots are in some of the Western/organic places. And if you haven't had one, freaking A, they're good. Especially if they have turmeric in them. You don't need any other drink. You don't need any other energy. I would almost say you don't need coffee, but that would be blasphemous, and I refuse to be blasphemous. Okay, I know I'm not looking at you because I'm still not sure where to look on this thing, but I hope this has been interesting. If this kind of setup works with visual stuff, then I'll probably do this more in the future than aim my camera at, or my phone at the laptop, because this seems like it would probably take a better picture than I would doing that awkward thing that I've been doing for a year and a half. All right, thank you, Satyan. Where's recording button? How do I end this thing? Clearly I need a class on this. Stop recording. Oh God, please stop watching. Go ahead, you can stop. It's okay.